We run a 24-hour counseling service, by the way. Just throw that out there. Okay. It's more of a corporate service. So it's called an EAP service, Employee Assisted Program, which is where we provide counseling services to companies so that staff members can have basically paid for by the company, but they get sessions, telephonic sessions with counselors, etc. So I started that service based on counseling that I went through and how much it taught me. And one of the first things, again, was to control. Control is so important. You can't control other people's actions. You can't control the way other people think. You can't control the way they interact with you. You can't control, you're not in control of the economy. You're not in control, definitely, of COVID right now.
Right.
You're not in control of the decisions government make, local governments make. And this is one thing that I want to talk to you about today, okay? I read this thing yesterday and I thought it was so cool. All right. We are in the COVID era. We are under the watch of the coronavirus right now. It's literally at your doorstep. It's an invisible force that has turned this world upside down, okay? So there are 5 C's, the letter C, corona, okay? COVID. There are 5 C's that I think everybody should tune into, all right? First one is what we are talking about right now, control.
Control.
Okay? Control is number 1. You've got to, I try as much as possible, and this is what works for me. No, you can put your hand down. I'm going to talk about each one individually. Or should I just tell you all of them now?
No. Do it the way you teach it well.
All right. Great. So, control. You need to focus on what you are in control of. Okay? That is yourself. The way you think. What you eat. How you sleep. How you exercise. What you consume, the soul food that you consume, all right? So fear is one of the biggest things that's happening right now, all right? So many people are afraid. We're all afraid of what's going to happen, what's going to be, how the world is changing, terrified. And if you are part of, WhatsApp groups, the fear is spread even more there. I mean, constantly we're getting videos of death tolls and this is the new thing. It's airborne right now. If you go, you breathe it, you're gonna get it, and so on and so forth. It's frightening. And you saw, I know you commented, so you saw what I posted today, right? About that, the killer hornet, the killer wasp.
Is it not enough for us to be afraid of COVID? Why are you bringing something else?
And this is a trend. This is the trend in the news. The trend is fear. That's why it's almost like, it's like you're watching some sports game where you see the death toll and the number of people who have corona. It's there full time, constantly climbing. There is a fear factor here that I don't know why they want to keep us afraid, but we are. You won. We're afraid. Congratulations. Okay. But you have the power to control how much of that you take in. You have the power to control.
I'll tell you something. This is my 2nd week. I have not turned on my TV.
Thank you.
I'm just not, I don't even want to bump into an advert so I don't turn the thing on.
I know. Wear a mask. Don't wear a mask. Wear this type of mask. If you wear this mask, it's not going to work. This one, it's crazy. But
oh, come back. Come back. That is so good.
Okay. So you can still hear me, right? So you can put yourself on a news diet. Okay, while it's still good to know what's going on out there, I mean, you don't want to miss out when Lagos State or FCT announces some new thing. You don't want to be the one that walks out and gets arrested, right? So it's good to know what's going on to a certain degree, but I recommend some sort of a news diet where you allocate a certain time of day to when you will actually watch the news just to see what's going on, and maybe try as much as possible not to get caught up in these group chats where people are literally spreading fear, false information. That's another thing as well, fake news, etc.
The fake news, yeah.
So it's very important to control things because it's all connected. You're in control of your sleep. I get a lot of complaints of people whose sleep patterns have been completely disrupted by this, right? Okay, so you're in control of your sleep patterns. You can maintain your sleep because that's
Yes.
important. You know what happens if you don't sleep enough, first of all. For those of you on weight loss journeys, etc., if you don't know, not getting enough sleep actually increases the amount of cortisol in your body, which is a stress hormone, all right? Which means that you put on weight. It's very simple. You don't sleep enough, it's harder to lose weight, much harder to lose weight, because you're literally putting on weight with lack of sleep.
Okay.
Cortisol directly leads to you retaining weight. It's known. Check it out. That's a biological thing. Okay,
Yeah.
so focus on the things you can control. Okay, very important step. The second C, all right, is continuity. Okay,
Uh-huh.
I'll tell you what that is. That is, before lockdown, before the world basically turned upside down, a lot of us lived with routines. Okay, very important, especially if there are kids involved. Kids need routine and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you should live a regimented life in this lockdown period, or if you are struggling with this feeling of powerlessness and anxiety and stress and possibly even depression. All I'm saying is some form of a routine works for me. It absolutely works for me.
Okay.
And I've seen it in too many instances to overlook it. So if my routine is just to get through today without stabbing anybody, then so be it. All right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay, but it starts with you waking up in the morning or whatever time you want to wake up. It starts with you having a shower. It starts with you making your bed. Okay? It starts with you decluttering your environment.
Right.
It starts with you exercising. It starts with you sleeping enough. It starts with you planning what you're going to eat. I advise maybe divide your day into 4 quarters
Okay.
and set yourself some form of a goal for each
Oh,
quarter. Okay?
okay.
If my first quarter goal of the day is to exercise, there is a sense of achievement, of accomplishment that
Mm-hmm.
naturally sets your mind up to do something else, to achieve something else. If my second quarter goal is to watch Netflix for 2 hours, so be it. It's scheduled. If my third quarter goal is to play with my kids for 2 hours, is to read a book, is to go for a walk, whatever it may be, the point is the more structured you are, the more structured you are up here, the more organized you are. And in
Right.
this life, I don't care who you are. You've got to have some sort of purpose, right? Some sort of goal. As a human being, I think we're designed for that. I don't really buy into a lot of talk out there of you have to achieve all these amazing things and be super, super inspirational in this person. I just think that, we are in a survival mode right now. A lot of
Yeah.
people are thinking about just surviving and just getting through this period. But hey, do we know how long this period is going to go on for? We don't know. And that's another part of the powerless aspect as well. We don't know how long we're going to be in this for. So I'm trying to personally transition from survival mode to thriving. We're here. This is where we are. Are
Uh-huh.
you going to keep surviving or are you going to start thriving? Because some people are going to thrive. Some people are going to make it. Some people are going to be doing things. Some people already are achieving a lot. Now, I'm not going to start measuring what achievements are in this conversation. Like I said, achievement can just be getting through today and staying happy. That's
True.
already good enough. But
Yeah.
the fact is that we all need some level of purpose. And what made me enter a dark place was feeling like I had no purpose. What brought me out of that was creating a purpose. And it's something that you can create.
Mm.
Okay, this is what it is. You can create any life you want.
Right.
It doesn't matter, it's hard work. Yeah, it's tough. You've got to live it and breathe it, but you can create any
But
life
you
you
can
want.
create it.
And that starts with the decision that I'm going to create this life and I'm going to be this particular way. So it's very, very important, I think, that you accomplish things by setting yourself routines, so you can start something and finish it and move on to the next task for your own well-being, so that you're not completely out of control. You are powerless, focus on things that you are in control of, and you have power. Okay, so that control directly leads to continuity. And that comes in routine. Okay, task for you guys at home. Okay, set up a habit, one routine. Okay, one routine. A lot of us set our alarms in the morning, right? You want to wake up for whatever the reason and hit that snooze button over and over and over again. Okay, get up in the morning when that alarm goes off, even if you're going to get back into bed, but get up, brush your teeth, do your thing, then do a 5-minute workout. 5-minute workout. 5 minutes. Okay, I'll tell you exactly what to do. I set this task for somebody else as well. Okay, do 1 minute of jumping jacks. All right, 1 minute of jumping jacks. I know you hate jumping jacks, so don't look at me like that. You can find what you can replace it with, okay?
Okay.
Do 1 minute of jumping jacks, do 1 minute of squats, and do 1 minute of running on the spot, okay? All right, and you're gonna take 30 seconds in between each of those.
Right.
Okay, take 30-second break, do the next, take 30-second break, do the next thing. Start with jumping jacks, finish with running on the spot. That is all. Start every morning like that. Okay, every morning, start it like that. And after a 2-week period, check back with yourself and how you feel. Check back with yourself on how you feel when you wake up in the morning. If one of your problems is you wake up in the morning and you feel tired already. A lot of people have that, low energy, unmotivated, especially in this period where you might have just lost your job.
True.
You might not have a reason to wake up in the morning. You might not have a reason to get out of bed. Set yourself this task. And I say this with the utmost respect for how difficult it is. But if in doubt, go work out.
Thank you so much for saying that. Thank you so much for mentioning that. As much as hard as it can sound for other people, because the other reason, the one good reason I really wanted to talk to you about is the tone of self-compassion that I see in your posts. There are what's the word? They bring sanity to me, because sometimes, as you just said, when we're in survival mode, as coaches, if we're not careful, we're coming out here saying, oh, you gotta transform your life, you gotta do this. And when you check at the foundation of why we're doing that, is because at the end of the day, the person is gonna come and pay for me to help them get there. So I found that 2-3 weeks ago, I started with having self-compassion for myself. I started saying, you know what, Makosi, if you don't get to do this, it's okay. If you don't get to, because I've always, so the backstory is I've always had issues with my temperature, whether I'm well or not. My temperature is like 37.4 and whatever. So the first hurdle I got with all this COVID thing is I couldn't get into shops.
Because they take your temperature and you're like already there.
And they're like, oh, sorry, you can't get in. And I just really needed to have self-compassion. So I really love the fact that as much as, and I think it comes from, you're not teaching or coaching out of what you went to school to do. You're teaching and coaching out of experience. And that's solid.
Yes.
You've gone through counseling, you've gone through, you come here and you suggest to pull us out of a place you've been yourself. So that's really important to me. Sorry to interrupt you. You were on your third C.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
It's what I've built my whole philosophy on, is on experience, It's really easy to sit there and preach, about things that you read without knowing what it is to go through it, I didn't start Okay, I lost you again.
I'm here.
Okay, all right, good. I got you. I didn't start coaching workouts until I went through the process of being coached myself
Yourself.
with a personal
Okay.
trainer. And I knew what it was to be on the floor. I can't get up anymore. Give me 2 more, give me 3 more. I've pushed myself, taken myself to the wall to know that you can do it. So my
Right.
whole coaching philosophy is based on making you believe that you can do it.
Okay.
Believe in yourself, right? Which brings me to my third C, which is basically what you just pointed out, compassion. Okay? Compassion. You must be compassionate, not just to yourself, but to the people around you as well. It's to a certain degree, that's empathy, self-empathy, empathy to others. Okay? Very important cornerstone as a meta skill. Okay? Being a meta human. So compassion is very important. You can't, that's why I talked about, the goals and achieving things during the day in this area. You can't sit there and compare yourself to what you see. You got to measure from within. And if today my only goal is just to be happy today, I want to finish today with a smile, okay? Even if I don't achieve anything, that's okay. It's nothing there's no measuring stick here. And so don't buy into what is being sold out there, which is this is what productivity looks like. This is what achievement looks like. You set your own yardstick, okay? But you must be compassionate to yourself. You must be compassionate to other people in terms of what they may be experiencing, okay? People are going through some shit right now, all right? And it's real. And just a phone call, connecting, human contact. We are social beings, okay? Some people are so alone, so isolated, that they might not have spoken to somebody for like a week, heard a voice on the phone. They might not have smiled. Some people, I ask people this, check yourself. When was the last time you smiled about something? And some people have to think like, well, I guess I smiled this morning, or was it last night? It gets that bad sometimes. And so I think being compassionate as a human being is very, very important. Not judging and so on and so forth. And it's easy to say, it's hard to do, because we're naturally judgmental beings. It's so normal, So, but just highlight that compassion for yourself is just as important as the compassion you have for other people as well. Okay, all right. So that's 3 C's I've given you, right? That's 3 C's. I've given you control, continuity, compassion. Okay, so very, very important now is care. Okay, that falls under the category of self-care, especially. That's about that. So you have to jealously guard your own emotional, mental, and physical well-being. All right. If you're not sleeping enough, it's not a bragging point. It's not cool to say, hey, I was so busy. I only slept for 2 hours. Like, cool. All right. Till your body physically breaks down. So the point is that, you've got to, self-care is so important right now. Not just because of what we're under, but just in life in general. Okay. You've got to guard how much sleep you're getting. Do you want to be productive? I can guarantee you with very little sleep, you are not a super productive human being. No. Just in terms of, the way you do things, the diligence with which you work. I'm a big believer in hard work. You can't get around it. I don't buy into shortcuts, because there's a lesson in the process of the work. It's teaching us something so important.
There we are.
Okay, you're back. Excellent.
We're back.
Okay. So, talking about care, and you're kind of frozen now.
Yeah.
Again.
So, you were talking about the importance of hard work.
Yes. I was talking about the importance of work, and like there's no shortcut, there's no way around it, because there is an education in that process of the work, the hardship. I follow this guy called Gary V, who I love, absolutely love. Okay, he's my guy.
He's amazing.
Because he tells it like it is,
Yeah.
And and he talks about falling in love with bleeding, that there's something in that process. And I tell you what, when you are, and I love using workouts analogies because it's so right there for you, you know, when it's the easiest way to connect to what it means. When you're
Right.
in the process of working out and you're pushing it and so on and so forth, it sucks. It is hard. I don't like how it feels. I don't enjoy working out that much, okay? Forget what I do for a living. I actually don't enjoy it. Going and working out is
It's
hard.
not easy.
It's not, you know, and so I really respect clients that are having trouble, that are struggling, you know, that can't motivate themselves. I respect it so much because I know how hard it is and I've been there. But I don't focus on how I look. I don't focus on that hard part. I focus on how I feel as soon as I'm done.
Exactly. I'm in
And
love
that
with the result.
you cannot, not even the results, just how I feel in that moment. When I finish, I never regret doing a workout because I just feel like I'm ready to do anything when I'm done.
You can
You know,
conquer the world.
I tell you, and if I could put that in a bottle and sell it, I would, I swear. But you can't.
Wow.
You've got to do the work to get it. You
Yeah.
know, so I think that self-care, again, everything that we've kind of been talking about is kind of tied into self-care. The news diet is self-care.
Right.
Getting enough sleep and being very regimented about that sleep is self-care.
Is self-care, yeah.
The conversations you have with people is self-care. The interactions you
Self-care.
have is self-care. Going for a walk, connecting with nature, getting your vitamin D, very important, is self-care. And even if you're just going out on your balcony, please, guys, nature is a powerful, powerful force. It's a powerful tool at our disposal. Being indoors in your air conditioning 24/7, you're not doing yourself any favors. Get out there,
No.
get a dose of sunshine, breathe a little bit. Last year, okay, again, I would love to give you experiences that I had. Last year, I kind of fell out of working out for about 3 months. I got hurt. I couldn't exercise.
Oh.
So I was out of it for 3 months. And that really messed with my psyche, I tell you. So when I finally got back into a place where I could exercise, I had put on a bit of weight. I wasn't feeling great, but I got back into my workouts. But I changed something. I added walking to my workouts. Okay.
Right.
And that was like night and day. It made a huge difference. I really understood the value of not just exercising just that once in the day, but being active throughout your day. So I talked
Right.
about breaking your day into quarters, right?
Yeah.
Okay. In each of those quarters, schedule a walk. It's magic.
In each of the quarter.
Schedule a walk, yes. Even if it's just up your street and back, you know, you can just walk the length of your street and back. Even a 5-minute walk does the trick. Okay.
Okay.
Even walking around your living room without even leaving your home does the trick. Okay. But schedule it. These are all things that are part of the whole self-care routine.
Self-care.
Because you can't pour from an empty cup. Facts. You just can't do it. It sucks. And you know, when you are facing an uphill struggle, when you are fighting things, compassion for yourself, self-care, gratitude. My God, gratitude. You know, Gary Vee talks a lot about gratitude. I talk a lot about gratitude. We have a lot of synergy there. I can't compare to where he is, obviously, but you know, gratitude is so important. Again, in my darkest periods in life, learning real, true gratitude, as in I'm walking, I'm talking, I'm breathing, I have a roof, I'm in my present moment, I have my air conditioning, so I'm cool. Thank God there's electricity right now, but if there was no electricity, I have a generator that I can put on.
Yeah.
My God, I have nothing to complain about. For real. You know, that for me is the essence of gratitude. And if I need a reminder as to what that is, I have a beautiful niece, okay? She's in a wheelchair. She got paralyzed.
Oh, I've seen her,
Okay?
yeah.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful person, beautiful soul. It changed her life. It changed her family's life. My sister is a warrior looking after her, you know, and her sister and her brother. But again, her grace, her display of gratitude. She writes letters to us, just thanking us periodically. I'm like, why? You know? And you sit down with her for a second, it changes your perspective as to the things that you're running off and complaining about. And I'm not saying you shouldn't ever complain. Jesus,
Yeah.
we're human beings. Complain. Look, you're not happy with something, complain. All I'm talking about is when people unpack and live in a mental space for long periods of time. That is where things like depression start to kick in. You stay in a particular state. So you do not feel what you feel. Let it move through you as a human being. If it's anger, if it's sadness, you know, loss, you're happy, whatever it is, let it move through you. But just do not unpack and live in that space.
Right.
You see, one thing I learned about humans, because I've done it, is we use our emotions as a crutch sometimes for behavioral patterns. Okay?
Right.
Take, for example, I have a bad experience right now. Okay? Puts me in a bad mood. That bad mood, people can exist and live in that bad mood for hours on end because it gives them a license to behave however they want to be.
Yeah.
To speak to people how they want to speak to people. Don't mess with me, I'm in a mood. Don't talk to me funny. I wish you would. You know, it's it's that kind of thing. And that's just not good enough as far as I'm concerned, because we are in control of our emotions as human beings. We are masters of our emotions, emotional mastery. But we are ruled by our emotions most of the time. So there's a constant learning curve here about being in control of our emotions. Exercise is a great tool for taking control of that. You know, exercise is a great tool to learn gratitude. Exercise is a great tool to learn compassion. So many things. And I'll tell you again, and this is an exercise that I put people through, especially when I deal with give talks and stuff. I put them through a short workout routine, usually about 30 seconds. Okay. And it could be something simple, like just marching, okay, or just waving your arms around. But you do anything for a sustained period of time, you start to feel it. If you just hold your arm out straight in front of you, it's fine like this, but you hold it out for 2 minutes, it starts to hurt. You start to feel the weight of your arm. It starts to bear down on you, okay? But in those last few seconds, okay, after whatever it is you're doing, waving your arms around, your mind starts to really, really become conscious. You start to, it's like meditation. It's about having a conscious moment. And every day we should have a moment of consciousness in our lives, okay? And that workout period, for those few seconds where you are at a point where this hurts, I can't go on, I'm waving my arms, you are present. You're nowhere else. You're not in the future. You're not in the past. You're not thinking about where you got to go. You're not thinking about what you have experienced or whatever stress you have. You're literally in that moment, in that exercise moment. And that's what I try, and I hope people can tune into. Because at that moment, you really do have your most clarity, which is why when you come out of a good workout, my God, you are in such a level of consciousness and in a creative space. In a creative zone. You're in a decision-making zone, you know? And one of the things that can happen in lockdown and isolation is decision fatigue, where because you're not planning anything, you start deciding, oh, what should I watch? You could spend an hour, what can I watch? I don't know what to watch. Or what should I read? Or who should I call? You're unplanned. You eat up so much time thinking about making a decision. It's so cool how, what's his face? Facebook guy, Zuckerberg. Wears the same t-shirt, right? Why? Efficiency. He doesn't have to think, you know? And that really resonated with me. I love that ideal, you know, where and that can be eliminated just simply by planning ahead. Sunday evening, instead of faffing around, just take 20 minutes, 15 minutes, and just plan the first 3 days of your week. Split your day into quarters and set yourself little things that you want to do. And each of those days starts with that one task. Make your bed. And I don't mean get your cook to make your bed or get your maid to make your bed or instruct whoever it is, make my bed. No, I mean,
make it
you as an
yourself.
exercise, make it yourself. All right. It's a wonderful thing. It seems really mundane. It seems really unnecessary, especially if you've got other people that do it for you. But there is something in that task alone that sets you up for achievement for the rest of the day. Okay?
Right.
So, control, continuity,
Continuity,
compassion,
compassion,
care,
care,
and I've touched on the fifth one already, creativity.
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 Elaborate.
Why creativity? Why do you think creativity? You tell me.
Why do I think creativity
It's such an important thing. It's such an
Oh,
important tool as part of the 5 C's.
okay. So
Why does creativity matter?
personally, for me, creativity is also part of continuity for me. Like I have to keep creating so that I'm not stagnant. I'm not
Yes.
stagnant with yesterday. I'm never impressed with yesterday's results. I always want today's result to be in the most compassionate way to myself. I want today to be better than yesterday. So
Yes.
I think I express that through the stuff that I create. I don't know.
I like it. You're right.
Oh,
There's no right or wrong answer. It wasn't really a quiz. I was just curious to know what you thought.
yeah.
Honestly. But yes, our God is a creator. I'm trying not to get religious here, but our God is a creator. We were created, and if we are created in his image, we are creative beings. That's why we have creativity, we have talent, we have so much. And I think that our individual unique gift to the world is based in creativity, in what we create from ourselves, from within. That is our gift. Whatever it is that you're creating, be it a book, be it art, be it film, whatever it is. I just think that we all have this creativity within us that is part of our purpose, somehow tied into our purpose and needs to be activated. And the things that we've talked about from the exercise point of view and all that just further stimulates that creativity. Why I found myself at my most creative in my darkest points. Why I have found myself at my most creative when I'm exercising, when I'm really at my best, When I'm putting in that work in the exercise, I tend to get more creative. So I think that we all have a unique gift to give to this world in some way, and I think that is our creativity, what we create. The things I love creating original content, it's just what I do. If you see my feed, I don't generally repost a lot of things that have been created. I just like to create something that is,
Your
I know
own
that is,
stuff.
my own stuff. That's just me. Whoever you are and whatever works for you, that's cool. But I just know that in each and every one of us, there is something that is a gift to the world in whatever way it is. Use it, find it, unleash it, because that's when you're at your best. I hope you come back.
What
It
a way!
sounds like
No,
you're back. Great, good.
To say
Good,
bye-bye.
Yeah, no.
What a way to start the week, guys. Majay, you're always saying never miss a Monday. And I think Monday is your magic day.
It's a magic day, man. I'm excited by Mondays. Honestly, when people talk
So,
about Monday's like, what? That's when you get to suit up and hit life,
and just go in there. Thank you. Thank you so much for the 5 C's of this season, which are control, continuity, compassion, care, and creativity. And I think the other thing that I'm taking away from this are dividing my day into 4. I've already written that out. And you've also told us to do like a 5-minute workout, which is jumping jacks for 1 minute, squat for 1 minute, running on the spot for 1 minute, and taking 30-minute breaks.
30 seconds between each one.
You see how this is how I give my personal trainers work. I would really want to rest for 30 minutes.
You'd want to, right? Right.
And the other thing that I got from today is planning your day ahead, planning your week ahead on a Sunday evening. I love the fact that, you know, you have been coached before you've come to coach people, which is absolutely amazing. And one thing I loved again is there's the lesson in the process. So like, I totally believe in hard work as well. In the last 10 years, I've just been pushing myself to new heights. Like, I just literally just have to push and push and push. If I just start feeling comfortable in an area, I push harder. Today was amazing. CJ, hi. Gamu, hi. Rosie, hello. Magic, can you add? Okay, got you. I keep calling you Maje, Makosi, not Maji.
Hey, sorry.
So I loved today. Like, I've never done a live for an hour.
Really?
I actually thought we were gonna stop at 30 minutes. So when it came off, I'm like, what just happened?
I'm a talker.
No, but you know what though? You know your stuff.
Thank you.
And yeah, I think you, because they are talkers who don't quite know their stuff. But then your interview for me kind of felt like when I had a chat with Dr. Trim. When somebody knows their stuff, it's just so much easier to get in there. And thank you so much for sharing yourself with us. Thank you so much for sharing your discovery and your creation of purpose. Guys, if you want to get coached, I need to get coached by Maji.
I'm here.
So thank you for coming on. I'm sending you some virtual hugs.
Received.
And my love to your beautiful, gorgeous son.
Thank you, Mikey.
He is so gorgeous. And thank you for just sharing yourself with the world. I mean, I think for me, I also think that purpose starts when we are ready to be vulnerable with the world that we're ready to serve.
Yes.
Because a lot of people, I find when I coach my clients, a lot of people think purpose is something that you pull out of a shelf whilst you live your life. But I feel that for me personally, part of the life that I've lived, talk about cancer, Big Brother, whatnot, part of that has literally pushed me towards where I am today. So thank you so much for being honest. Nice. Thank you so much for loving us. And have a fantastic week.
Thank you so much. God bless you for doing this. Your lives are awesome. You're doing an amazing job.
Amen.
Keep shining a light on this. Keep being a light. All right? You're doing great stuff.
Thank you so much.
All right. Have an amazing day.
You too.